This is Corowa Station, located 10 miles away from any road and only accessible by train or foot. It is the most isolated station in the UK. And today I will be travelling to it on a journey which promises absolutely stunning views of magnificent lochs, Scottish wildlife and mesmerising moors. As I'm staying in Aberdeen, a journey by train to this isolated station would take about 6 hours one way. So instead I'm going by car to Rannoch, from which I will take a train to Corowa.
Good morning.
After waking up at 5 in the morning, the journey began. Soon the bustling city of Aberdeen was behind me and the Scottish countryside began. After a while, the road permitted a glance at the roaring River Tay, and it was decided that a stop here was imperative.
I started my journey in an idyllic Scottish village, and I'm now going to be travelling up to the Highlands to see the most remote and highest station in all of Great Britain.
After this brief stop, it was time to get back on the ridiculously scenic road, where mist hugged the mountains and tiny churches perched on hills. The car rumbled past Highland cows grazing lazily in vast fields, and sheep resting on embankments, until stopping at the village of Kinloch Rannoch, where the colossal Loch Rannoch begins. But why was I stopping at a minute village when trying to get to Corowa?
Corowa is so isolated that the only way to get there by car is to go to the next station behind, which happens to be Rannoch, another incredibly isolated station that made it into one of the top 10 best stations in Britain.
And after a bit of driving, a vast lake, or loch, came into view.
And behind me now is Loch Rannoch.
After admiring the beauty of this awe-inspiring loch, it was time to continue on the charming B846, enveloped by ochre leaves and traversing over stone bridges. Presently a sign greeted me saying that there was no road beyond Rannoch Station, and soon enough the railway station, although shrouded in mist, appeared on the horizon.
And that is where the road stops, but whilst the cars might terminate there, the line carries on. Below me is Rannoch Station. It is down the line from Corowa, and it is pretty isolated in itself. And whilst this might feel out in the sticks, Corowa is even more isolated.
And just like that, a 4-car train eased its way into the station. These ScotRail Class 156 units operate on the West Highland Line, and although the journey is incredible, dubbed by many as one of the best that the UK has to offer, the rolling stock is just not really great. Despite this, however, the musty window made for an interesting, dreamy view as the train roared into action. The journey to Corowa was scenic, to say the least. The train forged its way through the unforgiving Rannoch Moor, a desolate, if not unearthly place. Shortly, tickets were bought on the train, as Rannoch doesn't have ticket machines, from Susie, a very friendly conductor, who took a keen interest in my journey. Upon getting off, I got a selfie with Susie, and then the train rattled away into the bleak moorland. To give you an impression of how remote we really are, there is no taxi rank, no bus stop, and the nearest sort of building would be the youth hostel, which is a 15-minute walk away. Apart from that, nothing. The station platform is actually very short. Only one door of the 4-car train opened when we got here. There aren't many facilities at Corowa Station, however we do have a cheeky shelter, which is always great. Towards the end of the platform is a signal box, which I will get to, and after that a lonely and desolate landscape formed of streams and moorland, from which several mountains can barely be spotted as the mist wrapped around their peaks.
I've now discovered that this place is called Corowa, not Corowa, I think, and this is the old signal box. Now you can rent rooms in it.
Indeed you can. The signal box is a B&B, which is rated highly as it apparently has a view to die for.
Another interesting record that this station has is that it is the highest station in all of Britain, standing at 1,500 feet above sea level. Interestingly, Corowa Station was used as a filming location in at least 2 that I can think of, Harry Potter and Trainspotting, which is interesting. The scenery here is absolutely magnificent.
Outside the station there was a dog, which is always a fun addition to a station, and the station building is a restaurant, claimed to be the most remote in Britain. Whether this is true or not, I don't know, but it is certainly in the middle of nowhere. There are 3 trains each way a day, as well as a Caledonian sleeper service, and the station sees about 14,000 passengers a year. Quite good considering its location. But sadly then, my time at this hidden halt was up, and it was time to leave the bleak wilderness of the moors. To get to the platform, I crossed the railway crossing, which used to be a bridge, but that was moved to Rannoch in 1985. Soon enough, a 2-car 156 appeared around the bend and made its way towards the platform, whisking me away from this utterly isolated station.